Knowledge of the gospel is one thing. It's living it that's another. For instance, you're on a bus or a streetcar. After you take the last seat, an elderly woman gets on the bus. You should this is on the church website, and it's not just for primary kids. It's for families. It's for adults. You should get up and offer your seat. B, hide your face in a magazine or newspaper. Or C, let her stand because she'll soon find a seat. D, rationalize by thinking first come, first serve. Does the church website need to put quizzes out on how to be Christ-like? Really? Alrighty. Yes, I am shabby and shaggy. Oh, somebody just couldn't wait. They had to pass me up on a 25 mile an hour. Okay. Am I grumpy looking? Because I just woke up, I feel grumpy. But hello, brothers and sisters. So let me tell you why I haven't put out anything. It's been, 6 days? I think it's been 6 days. I'm editing film. So I have interviews coming up, mega interviews. And I've got people I'm still trying to hear back from. I just inundated the world with emails. I just sent out a bunch of emails to people and contacted folks asking them to come on the program, and a lot of them are responding. But here's my pet peeve. You ready for my pet peeve? Here's my pet peeve. My pet peeve is, why don't a lot of these people, what is wrong with people today? And it's not just young people, it's old people, but it's mainly younger people. And it's some of these people that you know, that you subscribe to as Latter-day Saint YouTubers and podcasters. They will ghost you. And that's a word that we use today in our modern world of children and whatnots, saying ghost. Ghosting means, for all of you folks out there, what's he mean by ghost? Ghosting is when you don't get back to someone and don't even have the common decency. And I'm upset because there are a few people I've emailed and I've contacted them. You're going to be like, Troy, why are you doing that? It's obvious they don't want to talk to you or get back to you. Because it's the principle of being polite. It's the principle of manners. It's the principle of proper decorum. It is the principle of professionalism. You're going to call yourself a professional and just ghost someone? Just leave them hanging? Not even say, I respectfully decline to be on your program? I would love if they said, you know what, I just be on it. I would respect them more if they said, you know, I don't want to be on your program because I feel like you're a complete idiot when I watch you move your jaws up and down and sound comes out of your mouth. But I don't think that sound is accompanied by anything of value up here. I would respect them. But we live in that world, and it's the same people that portray themselves as having the pure love of Christ, charity, which is having charity, having love for their fellow man. Now, am I saying that they can't go to the temple because they're not getting back to Troy? No, but what I am saying is that tells you a lot. Character. The character of someone goes a long way. And it tells you a lot about a person and what they believe in and what they stand for, what they value. So if they're coming on YouTube or going on a podcast and they're claiming how much they love their fellow man, how and they love the gospel, well, and they want to argue in defense of it, you know, and they want to uh, proclaim it, but they're not living it in their personal and private lives. And I don't. You guys might think something different, but I really believe that if you don't have the common courtesy, if you don't have common courtesy, period, that is totally related to the love of your fellow man. When you snub someone, snubbing someone is not love. That is not Christ-like. If we're here to be like Jesus, are you going to snub people? So anyway, this isn't so much me ranting about getting my feelings hurt, which, and I mean, it is a little bit. I get my feelings hurt. And I'm not talking about even big time scholars. I'm talking about some people that are some YouTubers and podcasters that know and have been on with some people that I've been on with. And it's rude. It is. It's just rude. Okay? Now, how do we leave this video being edified? Here's where where we get edified, and here's where I tie it all in to the gospel of Jesus Christ, because I want to tell you this, and don't go away, because I'm going to tell you how these things, your character can condemn you in a sense, and it does. And like I said, I'm not just saying this because I got hurt or offended, which I kindly did. Okay, I'm going to be honest. But it does say a lot about your character. Be the same person that you are on camera as you are off camera. Be the same person that you are behind that microphone that you are off the microphone. It's happened to me with scholars. It's happened to me with people that have credentials, but even will call out and censure those professors that they know aren't saying right things. A person's character and how they treat you at church, whether they like snub you, shun you, not shake your hand, and sometimes you might think that they think they're better than you, right? You might have that thing in your mind. Oftentimes, it's because they feel inferior to you, which is not good. So I always try to include, my personality is I have such an inclusive, I will reach out to anybody, and anyone that feels snubbed or or I could tell is in the proverbial corner, feeling left out, I want to reach out to them. And I'm not just saying that is my character, because it's about empathy. It's about knowing that you don't want to be treated that way. And I'm going to get to what Elder Cook says, and even Bruce R. McConkie had a lot to say about manners, okay? And it goes to character. But the way people treat you, it actually says something more important than they appear to be saying, okay? When they treat you right, just their actions, and somebody shakes your hand and says hi, they're saying I like you. They're saying I care about you. They're saying I respect you, and that I'm grateful to you, right? And I gleaned all this off of the church website. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. In the New Testament, finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another, love as brethren, be pitiful, be courteous. Okay? Love each other. Share in each other's burdens. Don't think that you're better than your brother. And even if you don't think you're better than them, but you don't want to talk to them maybe because they're not the popular person to talk to, that's not being like Christ. People go to church a lot of people are newbies, or they're becoming active again, and they want to be there to feel cared about and loved. and appreciated. Does the church website need to put quizzes out on how to be Christ-like? Really? And I'm talking about to adults. Okay? I'm talking knowledge of the gospel is one thing. It's living it that's another. For instance, you're on a bus or a streetcar. After you take the last seat, an elderly woman gets on the bus. You should this is on the church website, and it's not just for primary kids. It's for families. It's for adults. You should get up and offer your seat. B, hide your face in a magazine or newspaper. Or C, let her stand because she'll soon find a seat. D, rationalize by thinking first come, first serve. This relates to my own experiences, okay? And with people, if people are expecting you to treat them the way that you treat others because you treat others with common courtesy, and then they don't, it affects people. It doesn't just affect new members. It doesn't just affect non-members where you need to be a good example to be a missionary, to be a good example of the church, and to let your light so shine. But it affects people like me who get whiny. 3 Nephi 14:12. This is in the Book of Mormon. Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. This is the golden rule, right? This is found in Matthew chapter 7, verse 12. But it's also found in Nephi 14:12. This is allergy season, so I'm going to be talking like this and losing my breath. Sorry. And don't go away, because I've got some things I need to share with you. Okay, Moroni 7:45 and 1 Corinthians 13:4 also read, and charity suffereth long, and is kind, and envieth not, and is not puffed up, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, and rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Those are the attributes of Christ. Those are the fruits of the Spirit. These are principles of righteousness. This is manners. Manners 101, brothers and sisters. That's the beginning of being Christ-like. Galatians chapter 5, verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith. Right? Love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith. So those are the things you need to keep in mind. Be the same person. You know, we talk about narcissism, and a lot of these people that I'm talking about have these narcissistic qualities. I hate to say that, but they do. They do. I will never call them out. I will never say who they are. Never. Okay? But I am going to say that you know some of them. And it's horrible, and it's blatant. Okay? Yeah, this is a pet peeve, and this is my channel, and if I want to come on and talk about it, I will. I love you guys. And those guys back there, those droids, these are not the droids that you are looking for. They know it's true too. Okay, so act well your part. Act well your part. Elder Quentin L. Cook said this in 2012, and this was at a CES devotional for young adults at BYU, Idaho. And he was talking about David O. McKay. And I'm going to end on this. Okay. President David O. McKay, born in 1873. So he lived 70, 83, 93, 1903. He was 30 years old in 1903. Wowza. Wowza, and he died in 1970, a year before I was born. But because of modern technology, we're able to know these prophets like others have known them. David O. McKay often related an account that occurred while he was a missionary serving in Scotland. He was feeling homesick after being in the mission for just a short time and spent a few years sightseeing at nearby Stirling Castle. When he and his companion returned from visiting the castle, they passed a building where the stone above the door had a carved inscription of a quotation, usually attributed to Shakespeare, that read, "Whate'er thou art, act well thy part." Let me tell you something real quick. I screw up on my words, not because I didn't know these words and how to pronounce them a long time ago, but as you get older, and I've had some cognitive damage to my brain that I've never really discussed that much on here. So I have to relearn certain things. Okay, so whate'er thou art, act well your part. Okay, wherever you are, do the right thing. Right? Be an example. Do what's right. Recalling this experience, President McKay explained, "I said to myself, or the Spirit within me, you are a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. More than that, you are here as a representative of the Lord Jesus Christ. You accepted the responsibility as a representative of the church. You, my friends out there that snub me," I know you guys are like, you know what? This is about you, Troy. This video is about you. No, it's about all of us. It's about all of us. Act well your part, brothers and sisters. Where art thou art? Wherever you are. Is that Scottish? No, it's not. It's Shakespearean. So, you're a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. More than that, you are here as a representative of the Lord Jesus Christ. You accepted the responsibility as a representative of the church. Then I thought about what we had done that forenoon. We had been sightseeing. We had gained historical instruction and information. It is true, and I was thrilled with it. However, that's not what we were here to do. That was not missionary work. I accepted the message given to me on that stone, and from that moment we tried to do our part as missionaries in Scotland. This message was so important and had such an impact on him that President McKay used it as an inspiration for the rest of his life. He determined that whatever responsibility he had, he would do his very best. Brothers and sisters, let me end on more charity here. All right, let me muster up something, a higher law. Let me give you a higher law phrase. Let me give you a higher law. Let me end on a higher law. Let us also be patient with those who are learning to be more Christ-like. So, Troy, you need to learn to be patient and overlook some of those things, and not to lose face, not to get angry, but to continue to extend a hand of friendship and love to those who you feel don't respect you, right? Love them. Love them. And that's to all of us. That Relief Society president that doesn't accept your I'm doing a romper room. Remember romper room? I see Billy, I see Janine, and who do I see? I see that second counselor who doesn't get appreciated for her input into the presidency by her Relief Society president. I see Tony, who is a ward mission leader, that the bishop won't acknowledge the ideas that he has. Okay, so we can go on and on. Or I see Fred that gets snubbed by Barney at church every time he goes up to him and wants to talk to him. Brothers and sisters, let's have patience. Let's have love. We're trudging through our own icy water, okay? And learning to be Christ-like in many ways that a lot of these people have mastered certain things that I haven't mastered yet too. So let's all speak kind words to each other. But let's do our part. Act well your part, brothers and sisters. Act well your part. And remember 1 Peter 3:8, right? Be ye all of one mind, having compassion one another. Having compassion one of another, Love as brethren. Be pitiful, be courteous. And then the golden rule. The golden rule, right? What is the golden rule? Therefore, and the golden rule is found in the Book of Mormon and 3 Nephi chapter 14, verse 12, Matthew chapter 7, verse 12. Therefore, all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you. In other words, whatever you would want done to you, okay? If it would be important enough for you to be treated this way, do ye even so to them, for this is the law and the prophets. That's it. Oh, also, I am going to be putting a lot more time into scripting and editing. And you'll see, because I've been editing something that's 28 minutes long, that's taken me about 2 weeks to put out. I will still be doing my garbage side chats and also interviews. Love you.